team called the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Thursday, January 8th. It's time to finally get it going here this week for the College Football National Championship semifinals. Tonight should be a great game. Can't wait. Wish it was here now. Here with our big game tonight with Miami and Ole Miss. The Canes, of course, facing the fierce defense of the Canes, led by my man Keontae Scott in the secondary against the Rebels' big play wide receivers there of Wallace, Stribling, and Chambliss. Can they get that passing game together here as well? And Miami certainly can do it offensively too with back because the Rebels and try to shut down Fletcher as well. Should be a great game tonight. We'll preview it here in just a short moment. And hope you had a great night there on Wednesday with college basketball, pro basketball, and hockey. Can't say I brought home a lot of winners last night, so let's try to get it home here today. I got to do better with our selections, but we can recap a little bit of the action. We had some winners here for sure yesterday. Thank you for joining me here on the show for this Thursday, big Thursday here tonight. Yeah, we got some other sports going on too. We'll preview the short NBA card. We'll preview eight or nine college games, and the big NHL card is going to keep us here a while tonight with 12 games on the ice. And see what goes on here this weekend too with maybe some of the NFL coaching news. Man, what's going to happen here now with what we saw with Harbaugh? More and more teams are inquiring about this guy. As many as 7 teams have already inquired for interviews with Harbaugh. There are other candidates out there, guys. I mean, you got the Giants here interviewing Stefanski and McCarthy, but I think they've got their eyes set on John Harbaugh. However, look out. If the Buffalo Bills, can't win this road game, they're going to immediately be in the market possibly for a head coach. And could Harbaugh land in Buffalo here right now? You know that the Raiders are looking at Vance Joseph, possibly Matt Nagy, even Clint Kubiak is probably going to come in as well. So you got a bunch of guys coming in here to Vegas looking for work. Also, a big trade in the NBA late last night. We saw it with Trae Young. He's headed off here to the Washington Wizards. So certainly interesting here. A 2-for-1 swap with CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert, as Young, who has a $49 million option for next year. But the Wizards have a top 4 lottery pick and cap space. They continue to build long-term with this young lineup, man. I hope they don't drop the ball here in Washington. Suffer now, but man, they got some exciting players too, right? So should be interesting to see how, obviously with a lot of criticism for Trae Young, on his defense, on his, ball hoggedness, if you will. So we'll see if that works out for Washington. I mean, I'm not saying that Trae Young is a help or hindrance to this team. Nice to get some veteran guys in here, but man, the Wizards still have a pretty nice roster of young talent. Oh man, let's just get to these steam plays. Let me say hello to everybody. They're obviously coming in fast and furious here with this big college basketball schedule today with a lot of mid-majors going on, but that's good for us with lots of steam coming in. Nick Handy is here. Saw some of his plays on social media this morning. And Andrew K here. Man, I love me a snow cone. I love the snow cone or the Italian shaved ice, but I don't like putting ice cream in at the bottom. I like ice cream, but if I want to shave ice, I just want shave ice. Don't give me that little custard at the bottom. Love custard, but Action Jackson's here. Hello as well. Nuke is here, ready to go. Flea Mathis, all right. Yo, D is ready to play here today. And hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Robert McCormick here and ready to go. D Money as well. Trevor is with me today. Thank you to Trevor. Here's Kane as well. James Farm. Let's take a look at some of these moves that are coming in here this morning and then get right to the show. I want to recap a little of the college basketball. There's so many games last night, but right now, Tennessee Martin, just seconds ago, you're getting the latest here. You heard it. Tennessee Martin is taking the steam here right now in their matchup with Morehead State. Tennessee Martin was a 2.5-point favorite, to 3.5 here right now, maybe even 4 here. Tennessee Martin taking the steam here on the Morning Steam Show to get us started right now. They just took that action here against Morehead, and they're up to 3.5 or so. Just moments before that, you heard it. It was North Carolina Wilmington. NC Wilmington took the steam in their matchup with Northeastern just moments ago. They were a 3.5-point favorite, but the steam came in here on Wilmington. They're up to 5 right now at some spots, 4.5 or 5. Wilmington taking the steam here on the Morning Steam Show. Also, Arkansas, Little Rock, and Edwardsville. Here's some steam to the over in that one with UALR and SIUE. How about that? Here it was 132.5. We're seeing that steam come in here right now, and it's driven this line up here to 133.5. Some steam here this morning on the total over with Little Rock and Edwardsville. Also, Middle Tennessee taking some steam here right now. Middle in their matchup with UTEP taking some steam here, and Middle Tennessee was a 4.5-point favorite, and they're up to 6 right now at some spots. Middle Tennessee, just seconds ago, it was Southeast Missouri State taking some steam here right now in their matchup with Southern Indiana. Southeast Missouri State was a 6-point favorite. We're seeing them all the way up to 7.5 here at some spots right now. Southeast Missouri State taking the steam against the Screaming Eagles of Southern Indiana. Also, Arkansas, Little Rock taking that steam against Edward. We just talked about the total in that game. Also, Little Rock took the steam against Edwardsville. They were getting 3.5. Now they're getting 2.5 here as Arkansas, Little Rock took the steam against Edwardsville, and so did the over. Also, just as I was coming out on stage here, Missouri, Kansas City taking the steam in their matchup with North Dakota State. They were getting 10.5, but the steam came in on UMKC, and they are down to 9 here right now here on the Morning Steam Show. So thank you for joining me. How about some of the action yesterday here? Look, we did have some winners on the show, but the premiums did not fare well. I mean, we might have got reverse sweep on the college board there yesterday. Blake is here today as well, but some good games for sure. Yesterday, the markets have another rough start here as we get going here over the first couple of minutes. We're down here about 0.15%. All right, here we go with some of the great games from yesterday. How about Vanderbilt over Alabama? We didn't hit our parlay on the show yesterday with Vandy and under. Vandy did get there, cover the spread 96-90. There were 88 foul shots in the game. That was terrible. The Commodores are 15-0, one of 6 unbeaten teams in the country right now. Crimson Tide just 9 for 40 from 3-point range. They hit 17 of 30 inside the arc. They should try going inside to get the wins. Eastern Washington here taking a little steam just moments ago in their matchup with Montana State. Eastern Washington was getting 3 points, but the steam has just come in on Eastern Washington. And right now, Eastern Washington here is getting just 2 points. Steam on Eastern Washington. UConn beat Providence 103-98. Providence led by 11 with 3 minutes left to go in the game, but Providence came back to win it. UConn came back to win it in overtime by 5 points. Demery, 23 points, 15 assists. How about St. Louis over BCU? They went on a 10-0 run the last 2:30 of the game to win 71-62, despite going to 14-1 now for the Billikens. The only team they lost to is Stanford by 1 point. Billikens hold BCU to 28.6% from the floor on their home floor. It went way under. Creighton over Villanova, 78-72. They're in Big East play as Creighton's 4-1 in the Big East so far, off to a pretty good start, and they were able to knock off Villanova there. Marquette over Xavier. More Big East action here yesterday as Marquette got the win 68-65. Clemson over SMU in a good one late last night, 74-70. Clemson never trailed. They're 3-0 in the ACC right now. We talked about those ACC standings. Man, SMU knows how to win at home, but not necessarily on the road. Here comes some more steam. Wow. Weber State taking some steam here right now in their matchup against Northern Arizona. Weber State was a 1.5 point favorite, and they're taking some steam here right now. Weber State is now up to a 3-point favorite in that one against NAU. And also just moments ago, Cal State Bakersfield taking some steam here in their matchup against Riverside. Bakersfield was a 2.5 point favorite. They took the steam here just moments ago, and they're on the move here, and Bakersfield is up to a 3.5 point favorite against Riverside. Arkansas routed Ole Miss 94-87 to improve to 12-3, and their 3 losses are to the top 12 teams in the country. BYU all over Arizona State 104-76. Arizona State can't play any defense. Here's North Dakota taking the steam here right now in their matchup with Nebraska Omaha. North Dakota was getting 6 points, but they're taking the steam right now. Here it comes, and right now we're seeing this one down 5, even 4.5 right now at DraftKings. There with the move to North Dakota. North Dakota taking the steam against Nebraska Omaha. All right, deep breath. Let's get ready to get in there and talk about the moves. But first, you can get more picks from me, hopefully. Hopefully. You're interested in some plays from me today. And we won some tennis matches. We opened our tennis card, started pretty good, but lost a couple here late in the morning. Still get more picks from me here. Going to go over and get some great games with you in just a few moments, but go over to winnable.com/Ramon and you can get those selections from me here and join me with my picks over at winnable.com/Ramon. Should be a pretty good weekend here of plays, so why not subscribe by using the promo code STEAM at checkout. Save 20%. Well, picks for days, I think someone said, and also picks all weekend long in college basketball. So make sure you're joining me here on winnable.com/Ramon to get more picks from me here daily. And just for 41 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM, and I put some extra days on there for you as being part of the team. So thanks to everyone joining me at Winnable. All right, we're getting ready to go with the show. Let me make sure we got everybody saying hello here as well. Cash Kane is here. Blake is here today. We were talking that Vandy yesterday, and I called out Blake. So we're Blake talking about this Vanderbilt team right now, not only in football but basketball too. Man, what an athletic powerhouse it feels like. Trevor said, "What about the steam on that Towson game?" Yeah, Towson got steam this morning, and the under just really as we were coming on. Maybe I should have mentioned that one. It was just a short time ago, actually. Let's see here at Towson got steamed at 6:23 a.m. Eastern time, and the under got steamed here at 8:46 a.m. So just about less than an hour ago. Hello to Nug in the chat, and also Bar is here. Stand on Biz, also ready to go here with the show. Man, why wait? Why wait? Let's get it going. We got the big game, of course, to talk about here and get started. We're able to get some wins here in the NBA, definitely yesterday with a pretty good card. We had the Charlotte Hornets there, plus the points yesterday on the show, and also had the under with the Magic and the Nets yesterday. We had the Denver Nuggets plus the points for a winner here on the show. We had San Antonio minus the points against the Lakers. We had the Phoenix Suns in their win over Memphis. We had the Utah Jazz plus the points. We had the we had all these winners, and I couldn't come home. We had the Trailblazers over the Rockets plus the points, and we had the over in the Bucks and the Warriors, and I couldn't. Guess I should have put the wrong premiums in or something. Campbell is taking some steam right here over Hampton. Campbell is getting steamed right now. They were a 7-point favorite in this one against Hampton, and Campbell right now is up to 8.5 here at some books. So some steam coming in on Campbell. The move from 7 to 8.5. All right, Fernando's ready to join us as well. All right, I think more steam will come in, and we better just get started with the show here. It'll probably be a 2-hour show. I'm thinking with all that hockey, and I want to talk. Look, I want to hear from you guys. I mean, we could talk about the football game and see here. Everybody's been talking about that. Put on the line here. All right, let's get to it right now and get to the national championship semifinal. I want to spend a few minutes on it, certainly. I mean, it's sometimes it's less important to cover the big games than it is the regular everyday games in a way, right? Because we all have our opinions sometimes on these big games already ingrained. Nothing Ramon could say to kind of change the opinion, or maybe you're waiting on me here, or maybe on a total here with this one, but let's see what you think. I mean, look, it's 3 there on the screen. It's probably 3 minus 20. It could be 3.5, and then Ole Miss minus 20 on the take back here with this one. So it's not quite 3. Maybe if you had to look at it from an Asian handicap perspective, it might be 3.25, right? Here with Miami and Ole Miss here today at the national championship semifinal. So let's see what you guys have and what you guys think of this great matchup here. Who knew we were going to end up right here, right now with these two? But Miami's won their last 6 games, allowing just under 10 points per game in those 6 games. Everybody knows my affinity for Miami safety. Keontae Scott showed it here already. My interviews with him in the past, and in following his career as well, and his surge. I mentioned him a few times last year here on this channel when he was playing with Auburn. I remember he got hurt then too, but he got hurt this season for a couple of games right towards the end of the season, but came back strong and had basically 2 key interception returns here late in the season. He's become one of the biggest names right now in the college football playoff. Couldn't be more proud of my fellow Helix High alum, Keontae Scott, the Scott brothers, if you know what I mean there. And really be rooting for them tonight. I'm look, this team's favorite. I think they can win, but I might I might like the hook with Ole Miss. I don't know if a lot of people do. I think Miami's feels by far the most popular team amongst the public right now. The percentages that I follow actually show that Ole Miss is getting slightly more of the tickets here. I'm showing 58% of the tickets on Ole Miss. Your mileage may vary there, but Miami getting 60% of the money line tickets as far as the over-under is concerned, seeing about 61% of the tickets on the over here. I mean, Miami's got a really strong defense, and Ole Miss may have some explosiveness with this offense, but I think they've gotten here on some defense for sure too, haven't they? Hurricanes are plus 12 in turnover margin this season. They are a clutch team, no doubt about it. 6-1 against the spread with uh, uh, games with single-digit spreads coming in. You got a solid quarterback and Carson Beck, who's been there and done that with the Georgia Bulldogs, and now here, of course, with the Hurricanes coming in 12-2 right now. Also, great spread record at this season as well. Miami was 6-4 though. ATS as a favorite. Under Cristobal though, they're just 16-20 against the spread as a favorite overall since he's been with them. Miami's lost 5 of its last 7 bowl games, but it's a little different here when you're playing multiple bowl games. I'm not too worried about a record like that, but they are 14-22 against the spread coming in off of a win. Miami's gone under in 8 of their last 10 games coming in. ACC non-conference favorites here. They're on a pretty poor run of 12-23 against the spread. ACC non-conference favorites. So for Ole Miss, look, they've had to kind of see how they could get it done here without Kippen. It certainly upset the apple cart, but if anything, it's provided a little bit more motivation here, hasn't it, for Ole Miss? Some of his assistants are still coaching at Ole Miss. The Rebels have won their 6th straight 1A game. I'm going to throw out their other game that they had an easy opponent, but they've outscored their last 6 Division I opponents, if you will, scoring 36 points on average in those games. I mean, Chambliss's stats were pretty strong for sure. 3,600 yards passing, 21 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions. Here's a guy that wasn't really even the quarterback of the Mississippi Rebels. Yeah, he was competing for the job with Simmons, but finished, took over with an injury situation. They kind of both got injured there for a little while, and Chambliss just emerged here. He's really for a guy that went this long route to get here from Ferris State all the way here to Ole Miss, and look, he just looks the part, man. I mean, his stock is rising big time as far as a potential NFL quarterback because of his versatility, I think, overall. The Rebels are 13-9 against the spread. Their last 22 games as an underdog. They're 5-2 against the spread. Their last 7 in games with a single-digit spread. Ole Miss has won its last 4 bowl games, and they've averaged well over 40 points in those games. They've gone under in 6 of their last 10 games against FBS opponents. And this year, SEC teams were 2-7 straight up in their bowl games against SEC teams there, but this season the ACC was 7-6 straight up and 8-5 against the spread against SEC opponents. ACC underdogs 6-3 against the spread against SEC opponents, and favorites have won the last 6 or covered 6 of the last 8 games here at the Fiesta Bowl. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have here. Miami's gone 4-1. against the spread in their last 5 overall. They've gone under in 4 of their last 5 with this 6-game winning streak. Ole Miss 5-2 ATS in their last 7 overall. They're on a 7-game winning streak here. They've gone under in 4 of their last 6 games. Let's hear from you in the chat and see what you guys have in this one. Bar's going with the under here in the game. Cash Kane like in Miami just to win it outright. Dougie Wise, great to see Dougie in the chat bringing us his free bands play of the day with Miami Hurricanes. There, he wants to get under that hook. He's willing to pay for it there. I mean, the hook may be the reason why I might be on Ole Miss here. I think we're going to see a great tight game. I'm not sure Miami's so good enough to, win this game convincingly here. I hope it's a great game. Trevor likes Miami on the money line. And Andrew really likes, whoa, slow your roll, Andrew, there. But still, he's done a great job, and, he's improved his pro prospects, that's for sure. Let's see here. Nuke liking the Hurricanes tonight. Robert likes the over here. Explosive. Our Thompson, Miami. Look, we're going to be all over the place in this one. Tony and Wallet, we talked about it there in the intro a little bit. No way are they scoring 40 points on this Miami team. You got that right, Dougie. Action Jackson's on the Canes here. Good morning to Steve Eleftherian as well. And looks like Kripke says he's on Miami. I'm taking Ole Miss here plus 3.5. I guess I'm just sticking with the SEC a little bit. And look, I should be rooting for Miami with my guy, but he could still have a great game. They could still win this game tonight. And I think they will be a tight enough game that I'm just taking these points. I think we got a great tight game here right now, but reports are that the money is coming in slowly on Ole Miss here. And, I guess it could be probably public money at this point. I mean, of course, most of it is when we're talking about a big matchup like this. So have a great game tonight. Make sure you join us here on the Sports Money Network. We'll have live companion stream coverage tonight of the game here on the channel. So make sure you're joining us then. He was on Miami in that one. He's on Ole Miss here tonight. 9 Legacy on Ole Miss. Thank you, Crip Key. I see that big G. I know you got to be on the SEC. Come on. There. And D Money says Ole Miss as well. Terrell's got Miami to win this one by at least I would guess 6 to 10 points. It sounds like there, no matter what. Terrell liking the Canes here, and what a season, right? And the way they came on too. I mean, they had their little bit of struggles there early, if you might call them struggles, but I think people were kind of ready to omit them a little bit from championship contention, but they've proven themselves here. And, can't help but think about Mr. Wilson a little bit, right? And his affinity for Miami, unabashed affection for the team, right? Even when it's been rough for Miami here. Just think about where they're at right now and all the you think of a great fan like Mitch was of this team, and they almost were a little bit myopic, these fans, with Miami here, but they're vindicated here with this appearance in the national championship semifinal. All right, and let's see here. We got Gary says, there he is. Have a good to see you. Gary Nuke says, check the schedule, man. You got to go with Ole Miss is overrated. Nuke, like in Miami here in this one. All right, I'm on Ole Miss here. I'm an SEC guy. Yeah, maybe you don't play everybody in the league. We know that, but they're here now, and maybe you forget about a guy like Lane Kiffin and how he built this program up. Yeah, he's not here now, but the remnants of the team is here, and it's all probably downhill from here, to be honest with you, with Ole Miss. I'm not saying that Lane Kiffin was the be-all, end-all, but he built this, and right now it feels like they're kind of grasping at how can we keep this all together here at Ole Miss, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to do that. This might be their moment here right now, or the moment for the Canes. All right. Appreciate that. Dougie says Miami, look what they did to Ohio State, for example. And I think with Ohio State, looks like they weren't quite ready to go on offense right now with that team currently that they had compared to maybe some of the other uh, Ohio State, for example, last year. All right. Thanks, you guys. Great picks there in the chat. You got another second or two, and I'll flash them up on the screen. Let me run through one more Steam play here right now in college basketball in case anybody has anything else to say. Queens College is coming in here with some steam right now in their matchup. Queens is taking the steam here against Jacksonville. They were a 3.5-point favorite here, and they're moving up here now to, let's see here. We've got Queens up here right now to a 6-point favorite currently. Wow, that's a pretty big move there, 2.5 points or so. Toucan's got a Euro League play there in the chat. Panathinaikos, their first quarter, talking about getting fine tuning there from Toucan. Good to see Toucan in the chat. All right, gang, I guess that's it. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll be here with our live coverage, and it's going to be a little bit I should roll with Miami. Come on, you guys are all over Miami. You think they've got a big advantage here over these guys, and I'm such a fan of Keontae, but I'm sticking a little bit with the SEC here and Chambliss and his ability to make plays here. So it's not just a pocket passer; he can move as well, and we'll see it tonight. All right, great job, you guys. Kripke said SMU with their mobile quarterback kind of gave Miami some trouble there in the ACC. Okay, we got a little bit of an NBA schedule here. We've got some college ball and some hockey tonight, so we'll cover that here over the next 90 minutes or so. Let's get right into it. If you guys are done with the big game, don't forget to join us here tonight on the channel. All right. Let's go to our NBA card here tonight and take a look at the first. Only 4 games here to look at on the card tonight. We'll start it right off here right now with Pacers taking on the Hornets in this one. Pacers on the road, still fighting this losing streak here. But they've been covering. What can you say? The Hornets, meanwhile, a 4-point favorite here in this one, and the total at 231 or so. It might be down to 3.5 here. Actually, I'm gonna call it 3.5 and 232. Actually, from a little bit of a move here this morning. There we go with Pacers and the Hornets. Pacers 6-31. They're on another losing streak here right now. Meanwhile, Charlotte's won 2 of their last 3. They're up to 13-24. Man, they're like twice as good as Pacers here coming into this one. For Charlotte here, the pretty decent spread team at home, 11-7 spread record. They've covered 5 in a row coming in, despite losing 4 of their last 6 games. They've also covered 4 of their last 5 at home and have an 11-7 spread record at home. For Indiana, it's 10 straight losses right now. Also 6 straight losses on the road. They're 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games against this Charlotte Hornets team, but usually they've been favored when they've met them. Here they're a dog getting those points right now, 3.5. Maybe the move has been a little bit to Indiana here so far. 2 teams that are solid unders this season. The 2 teams are combined 29-45 to the under so far this season. Indiana 6-11 to the under on the road. Charlotte 7-11 to the under at home, having gone under in 14 of their last 20 games. Overall, in 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams have gone under. So let's see what you think in this one. Can you really hey, it's not the best schedule tonight, fortunately, with the with the football game going. So at least there's that. All right, let's hear from you guys in the chat right now. What do you think with Indiana getting those points against Charlotte? Indiana, not a great cover here, but they're a dog. Pardon me. Here we go. All right. Let's see what else we got. Thank you to Chris Warren in the chat there for your play on the football game. Here is VAR on the Pacers plus the points. And Terrell, Terrell, everybody's been talking about it there a little bit. Let's see here. Pacers on the spread here for Cash Kane. All right. Yeah, I wasn't figuring might be too much here with this one here tonight. Man, a lot of people still liking those Pacers. I mean, these guys haven't really done much at all. The Charlotte Hornets come in here hot, but I know that people aren't going to necessarily trust them as a favorite, I guess. I got to take the Hornets here. Feels like a reasonable number to cover at this point. Hopefully the Pacers can start to turn around here a little bit and get things moving in the right direction. But, man, they're on a long losing streak here right now. I got a reasonable number at 3.5. I'm going to have to lay it here right now. Also, Robert McCormick here. I'll liking the Hornets minus. He's with me on this one. Hornets minus the points. We won't, I guess, let's not talk about this one for too long. Got a decent game here on deck, so let's go to it. All right, well, unless you like teams that cover the spread, this should be a decent game here with Cleveland taking on Minnesota. But you got two of the worst spread teams in the league here, despite the fact that both teams are over 500. Cleveland 21-17 right now, Minnesota 24-13. But we know that Cleveland is just dreadful, 12-26. ATS this season 6-10. ATS on the road. Minnesota's actually starting to come back a little bit. They've covered 3 straight, and they're now just 16-21 against the spread. But they've covered a few games here of late to go to 6-4. ATS in their last 10 games overall coming in. Minnesota's won and covered 4 of their last 5. Cleveland's won 4 straight as well, but they are 4-10 against the spread in their last 14 overall. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over, although these two teams might be trending under. Minnesota 6-13 to the under in their last 19 home games here this season, and Cleveland is under in 5 of their last 6 games and under in 4 of their last 6 on the road. But I don't know. I mean, this feels like a high-scoring game to me, and despite those trends. The trends definitely point to the under, but I feel like it might be otherwise here in this one. Maybe we'll go to the chat and see what you have here with Cleveland taking on Minnesota. A nice game here, probably. It could be the game of the day. These are all kind of similar matchups here from here on out, it feels like, but let's see what the chat has to say here in this one. All right, here we go. Terrell says that Trae Young going to fade away there in Washington. D Money's on the Hornets, 9 Legacy. Final. Pacers on the spread. Here's Action Jackson was on the Hornets back there. Crip Keys taking a shot at that early start. 9 Legacy is on the Cavaliers here. R. Thompson is liking the over here in this one, and the Cavs for Terrell. He says of the Cavs on the money line, they match up well with Minnesota. Robert is on the Cavs here also today. Man, you guys are liking the Cavs, and I'll tell you this, the Sharps are on the Cavs too, but I'm going to go with Minnesota here actually as my play. I think I'm against the chat here in this one. Wow, maybe I just like laying short numbers at home is what it looks like. How square am I? But I'm going to take Minnesota. I definitely think that the Sharps are going to be on Cleveland in this game for sure, but I'm going to go with the Wolves here. All right. Next up, the Heat are on the road taking on the Bulls here. You got the Heat, a big favorite here, man. 7.5, 238. Yeah, we got no Giddy here at this point. Bulls have lost 3 in a row. I get all that, but As a guy who's been betting on the Heat a lot, I don't feel comfortable with this. I mean, Chicago's still now. Granted, Chicago did play last night. They were lost their third straight game. They didn't even come close really to Detroit. They just had consecutive losses here to Charlotte, Boston, and Detroit. They're playing on Miami here. Probably arrived before came in here and probably arrived in Minnesota first because Chicago was on the road last night. Now they're coming home, so maybe there's a little bit of that built into this situation with the Miami Heat here today. But the Bulls are still one of the best underdogs in the league with a 14-6 record. Miami 10-7-1 against the spread on the road, and this is another one I think where sharp bettors are probably going to be on Miami here. No wonder I had some losers there yesterday because I kind of want to still stay with the Bulls. I know they lost that game as a dog there yesterday against Detroit, lost by 15. But home dog might be maybe a better place for them here for Miami. They did lose their last time out to Minnesota. They got blown out on the road, 122-94. So they could be steaming here a little bit. But, man, I think I want to try the Bulls here as a dog. Let me hear from you. I'm sure the experts are going to take Miami here. I'll show sharp bettors like in Miami here by about a 3-1 count, actually. Here we go with some of the additional plays coming in the chat. Here is Jackson. He likes Ant to go over here in this one, and Barr is on the under. 9 Legacy is liking the Bulls. Dasumu continues to produce, especially with Giddey out. He's been a popular play among prop bettors. D Money here likes the under in this one. Stand on Biz says it's too many points, and Jake Parma likes the under here in this one. I can't disagree with that. Chicago 6-13 to the under at home this season. Also, Miami 6-11 to the under as a favorite coming into this one. Miami's gone under in 11 of their last 16, and Chicago's gone under in 7 of their last 9, not to mention 10 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Believe it or not, the last game went under despite the fact the score was 143-107. They went under 250.5, and it stayed under by half a point. You could call that an under, but I might call it an over here. But still, I think I agree there with Jake Farmer Jake there. Robert liking the under here as well. Looks like Andrew K also says maybe go under here. You know what? I'm taking the Chicago Bulls. I can't pass on 7.5 points here. My algorithm here database is all over Miami in this one, and I'm kind of vetoing it right now. It might be putting the back-to-back in effect here a little bit. And there's Fernando says going to go under there. So yeah, I think the Sharps are going to prefer Miami here, and I'm bucking the trend again, and I'm going to go with the Bulls in this one. Okay, thank you to James Parham there. One more in the NBA tonight. We've got the Mavericks taking on the Jazz in a late one with the Mavericks favored on the road by 7.5. Here's another road favorite here that, pretty poor record. Here you have two teams. I mean, the records are similar, right? I mean, Dallas 14-23. Yeah, they've won 2 straight. Give them credit. And Utah's on a losing streak. So is that really what the difference is between these two teams? In fact, this one might be down here to 7. I'm even seeing some 6.5s right now at DraftKings here at this point. So it is going down. There's a little bit of movement on the Jazz here.
Final.
Just kind of tough to want to even fathom the Mavericks covering some numbers here on the road. They're 2-9 against the spread as a favorite this season, just 6-11 against the spread on the road. They look good in that game against Sacramento. I couldn't believe the other night. This is how when I was a youngster, they used to play NBA games once a week at 11:30 at night on tape delay on your late local news. Here I was just 2 nights ago watching NBC in primetime, and the Dallas Mavericks and Sacramento Kings were on, and I'm like, maybe maybe sports betting's gone a little too big. Because you don't, if anything, but that's the difference here right now with the contract. Anyway, so Utah 13-6 against the spread at home. I mean, they're comfortable here for sure. Now they're on this losing streak here currently. They did just cover against OKC. They only lost by 4. We got the money there with Utah taking all those points. Never in doubt. Really. Let's look at some of the trends with these two. Get your plays ready for Dallas and Utah here. Dallas is just 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games coming into this one. Utah's gone over in 12 of their last 17. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but Utah's gone over in 5 straight at home. And if they're going to hang in there, I think it probably will be an over here. I got to take more points at home right now with the Utah Jazz. They won the meeting here in December, 140-133. Why wouldn't it be something close to that again? They were only a 1-point dog in that game, but nonetheless, they still won the game by 7 points. So, all right, let's get some more comments. And I got a new Steam play just came in college basketball. Stay tuned for that. Here we go with, want to say hello to Speak It by Faith in the chat right now. Here's 9 Legacy Utah on the spread. Mavs 4, Speak It by Faith. VAR is on the Jazz here in this one. Robert likes the over. Jazz went to OT, though, last night to get that cover there against OKC. The thing was, I thought, Utah fought really nicely there in the fourth quarter to force overtime. They were going to be a little bit winded there late for sure. Fernando's on the Jazz. Plus the points in this one. James Parham, Utah. Parma Jake on the under. Kripke says Mavs in that 6-11 ATS road record. And Fernando says maybe take the Jazz in the first half there to come out starting strong, and we'll see if they can outlast them here. All right, steam move coming in college basketball. Well, let's go to college basketball next, shall we? I've got about 8 games lined up here, I think, maybe 7 for our card here right now. And let me cover some steam that just came in. It's on Delaware. Delaware just took the steam seconds ago in their matchup against Sam Houston. Delaware was getting 12.5 from Sam, and they just took the steam here right now, and all of a sudden Delaware is at plus 11.5 here right now. 1-point move to Delaware. I'm going to go to college basketball here in just a moment. How about Cooper Flagg and those 42 points? You can't forget when they go to interview him at the end of the game that you got basically a teenager here, kind of amazing, and he does a pretty good job, but sometimes he does slip into teenager mode, it seems like a little bit. Got to grow up quick in the NBA. And like I said, before the season, at the end of last season, I think Cooper Flagg is a generational talent to be probably a certain Hall of Famer here when it's all said and done, barring any injury or something like that. And you're already seeing he's doing these things that when they talk about the teenagers, right? A little bit with comparing his numbers to LeBron, or at least the records set, if you know what I mean. All right, and VAR like in the over there in that one at 243. Did I get that right? Did it go up to 2? Oh, it said 143. Oh, am I on the right game? Okay, let's just get on with the college. So we'll let VAR help me out there a little bit. Let's get to the card here in this one. And I'm going to start in the afternoon action here, actually, with Northwestern taking on Michigan State. Michigan State's the favorite here by 13. The total 143 in this one here with the Big Ten action on Thursday night, with Michigan State favored here against the Wildcats. Michigan State comes in here having won 13 of their last 15 games. Michigan State's gone under in 14 of their last 19 games dating back to last season. Northwestern just 3-11 here against the spread in their games this season. Man, they're having trouble covering these numbers. I have them at 4-10 here overall, but 3-8 in their last 11 right now. Northwestern has gone just 4-15 in their last 19 matchups with Michigan State. However, they've covered 4 out of the last 5 against the Spartans, including one last year at Michigan State, or 2 years ago. They lost at Michigan State just 53-49. Last year's game was 78-68. Michigan State got the win as just a 2.5-point favorite on the road in Evanston. Let's see what you have in this one here with these two. Michigan State's won 11 of their last 12 games at home. 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but I might be going the other way. Let's hear what you have to say in this one between Northwestern and Michigan State at 6:30 Eastern and 4:30 Pacific here today. And let's go to the chat. All right. Usually Michigan State at home can keep they usually keep teams pretty low, right? At home. I think sometimes we think of them as more high scoring, but Northwestern could have some issues scoring here. Let's see what we got in the chat. Anything? All right, Northwestern plus points, says the money. I guess that's it. I'm on the under here in this one with Northwestern and Michigan State. Right now at 1, I think it's down to 142. No, 143, 142.5. I'm taking the under here. Look, Michigan State in their last 6 games at home against Northwestern, all of them have been 136 points or fewer. In the last 6 times these two teams have met at East Lansing, it's been 136 points or lower. And we're at 142.5 here. I'm going to take the under in this one. The Liberty Flames are on the road here, and they're taking on Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. In this one, you got Liberty favored here on the road by 6 points right now. It looks like total 133 in this one. Liberty's 11-3 coming in. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Louisiana Tech has dropped 2 in a row here to Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky. Liberty coming in off of a win over Liberty, although they did not cover in a 9-point win. They were laying 10.5 still. Liberty here just 1-4 against the spread on the road. Louisiana Tech's 4-1 against the spread at home, but man, Liberty should be the better team here. Let's see what you guys have in this one with Liberty on the road. They've won 5 straight. They've won 6 of their last 7 on the road. It's usually they're just a road favorite, and this is dating back a little bit to last year, but usually they're just a road favorite, favored by too many. They're actually 3-6 against the spread overall, and maybe this could be a close game that, hey, so you're getting 6 points. Maybe that's worthy enough. Louisiana Tech has won 9 straight games at home dating back to last year, but they're 0-6 straight up as an underdog. How intriguing is this one? Liberty's gone under in 5 of their last 7. Louisiana Tech's gone under in 4 of their last 6 games overall. Coming in, Liberty also 6-2 to the over as a favorite, but Louisiana Tech's 2-4 to the under as a dog. I give up. Let's see what you guys have in the spread in the chat here with Liberty on the road in this one against Tech. Feels like Liberty, that overall advantage here. Let's see what you have. I might just still lay it despite here. Let's go to anything in the chat in this one. And let's see. Fernando was on MSU back on that other game. Barr likes Liberty in this one, but on the money line here right now, All right. I'm going to go with Liberty on the road, actually, and lay 6 points. I might be on tilt from last night a little bit, so I don't know what that means, but Robert's with me at least, so that might be a positive here. I can't ignore the fact that Louisiana Tech wins all these games at home right now. There's no doubt about it. They're undefeated at home, but Liberty's 11-3, 6-2 straight up as a favorite, and I'm going to try Liberty here on the road and lay it. All right, the Texas State Bobcats going to be up here against Southern Miss in this one. You got Texas State here on the road. Underdog, Southern Miss favored by 4.5. They come in 9-7. Texas State comes in 9-7 into this one. Southern Miss has won a couple in a row here over Monroe and Louisiana Lafayette. Right now, but they are still just 1-3 against the spread at home. But Texas State's 5-9, ATS overall 1-6 against the spread on the road here. Southern Miss is 6-0 straight up as a favorite. Meanwhile, Texas State has lost all 6 of their games that they've been an underdog coming into this one. So, see what you got here with these two. These two teams are combined 16-12 to the over so far this season, although Southern Miss is 1-3 to the under at home so far. And hear from you in the chat. Texas State has failed to cover now in 8 straight games, despite wins over Monroe, South Alabama, Southern, for example, but they just can't seem to cover anything right now. They're 0-8 ATS. Southern Miss also 5-2 ATS against Texas State in the last 7 meetings between the two teams. Southern Miss has won 8 of their last 12, but they're 1-6 ATS, as I said, so far. At home, dating back to last year, 1-3 this year, 1-6 overall, and Southern Miss just 7-13 ATS, dating back here to last season. But Southern Miss has had a little bit of a series advantage on these guys. Let's see if you like this one tonight. I know we're in mid-major land here, so but still gonna make some plays and some picks here right now with these two. Let's go to the chat. And we got Barr on the under here. Our Tom's on the under. James Barham likes Southern Miss. And Robert is on the under here as well. And we saw that steam come in on the under here in this one. But I'm going to take Southern Miss actually in this one and lay a little bit here. Man, I'm just laying points like a square here today. I'll lay 4.5. Give me Southern Miss over Texas State in this one. All right, next up we've got Abilene Christian now taking on Tarleton State here in this one. You got Tarleton State favored by 6 over Abilene in this matchup in the WAC here. Let's see here. Total 138 in this one for Tarleton here. They come in 11-5. Abilene is 9-6. Tarleton off of a win here last time out over Cal Baptist, 91-76. Utah Tech leads the WAC right now with a 2-0 record, but Tarleton is 2-1 coming in. Abilene Christian 1-1. Got a couple of good players here. Tarleton's George Johnson, and for Abilene, Braden Hubbard here. So let's see here what you think in this one. You got Tarleton, one of the best spread teams in the country right now, 10-2 ATS overall. Also 5-0 against the spread as a favorite, 4-1 against the spread at home so far for Abilene here. They are 2-3 ATS as an underdog. They are coming in off of a win and cover over Utah Valley, 85-68, giving Utah Valley their first conference loss. They also lost to Utah Tech prior to that, 79-64. These teams have combined 15-8 to the over so far. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here. I think I'm actually going to take the under in this game, despite the fact these two teams do trend a little bit to the over here, but I'm going to take the under in this one. Might be feeling pretty contrarian here today after yesterday. And give me the under here with Abilene and Tarleton at 138.5. I might be leaning Tarleton, but I might have a premium. Let's see what you got in the chat. Want to say hello to Mr. Wesker is in the chat today. Thank you. Here's Robert on Abilene there, and Var is going to go with the under here in this one. Next up, let's go to another good one here with having some fun with these games, aren't we? With Western Kentucky and New Mexico State. You got New Mexico State here favored by 3.5 coming in here to this one, 155.5. With these two, New Mexico State comes in 8-5. Western Kentucky comes in here 9-5. So pretty good matchup here. Pretty good matchup here right now in this one. Let's see what you got here. You got Western Kentucky coming in here off of a couple of wins over Sam Houston and Louisiana Tech. They are 4-1 against the spread as an underdog. Here are the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. They're 2-1 in conference play. New Mexico State just 1-2 in conference play, but they're 4-0 against the spread at home so far this season. New Mexico State's 8-2 to the over here overall, 3-1 to the over at home, 5-1 to the over as a favorite coming into this one. So let's see what you have here in this matchup between Western Kentucky and New Mexico State. Kind of digging the vibe here with our conference games here a little bit. Let's see what you like in this one. I'm going to go ahead and take New Mexico State with that undefeated home spread record. Sure, Western Kentucky's been a nice dog, but hey, I'm going to lay 3.5 here again. What could go wrong here? Give me New Mexico State in this one at home. Robert's on Western Kentucky, however, taking those points. Keen takes New Mexico money line and bars with me. So, we're all over the place in that one. That's okay. Here on mid-major Thursday. Let's get to some bigger games here, right? A couple of bigger games here right now. But how about this one tonight with Ohio State taking on Oregon here in Eugene. Ohio State getting the points on the road here in this one. For Oregon in this one, they come in 8-7. Ohio State 10-4. Both teams coming off of a loss here. Ohio State, of course, lost to Nebraska at home, 72-69 as a 2.5-point favorite. Oregon, meanwhile, lost at Rutgers, 88-85 as a 4.5-point favorite. Of course, they had that bizarre, non-foul there. If you were foul, that I don't think I agree. I mean, the guy easily got in there for that rebound. How could they call a foul in that one? Their foul was what the referees did. That was what was foul there at the end of that game. Oregon's just 5-10 against the spread so far this season. Ohio State is 2-1 against the spread as an underdog, and they covered against Gonzaga. Remember, losing 91-82 at home or in that one, that holiday action there. I think that one, though, was it was in Portland. It was kind of a neutral site game there, I think, for Oregon in that game, right? For Ohio State here, they did have recent wins over Rutgers and Grambling and West Virginia, but did not cover in those games. They lost to North Carolina, but covered that one. I'm taking Ohio State in this game. Oregon here is 7-3 to the over in their home games so far this season. For the Buckeyes here, they do come in having won 10 of their last 14. They are just 1-5 ATS in their last 5 and 6 games overall. 2-6 ATS in their last 8 games on the road. Oregon's 5-1 ATS. They've won 11 of their last 12 at home, dating back to last year. They're also 8-2 as a favorite, but just 4-6 ATS is a favorite. I'm taking Ohio State tonight on the road, maybe even to win this one. Maybe a little money line action for me. Give me the Buckeyes on the road here in Eugene. And finally, at least a bigger game here. And, here were some other plays with New Mexico State in there. Action Jackson, I think. VAR here on Ohio State. Roberts on Ohio State. R. Thompson's on Ohio State. Well, you don't need me to give you Ohio State when you got the crew in here. Maybe I should have went with the total. You guys are all over Ohio State in this one. And, well, quite frankly, so am I. Maybe I could peek at the total a little bit. Let's just save it, though. Okay, that's it for college basketball. Well, no, let me look. I think at one more. Oh, yeah, let me go with it. Let me take a look at the Gonzaga game here. Look, I mean, you can only look at so many Gonzaga games, and you got to pick them when they're up against an okay team here like Santa Clara. Oh, what do we got here? Lowell and Bryant, some steam just came in this one to the under. I was on a show last night and talking about the under in this game and gave it out. Here it is, getting steamed right now. It was 146.5, Lowell and Bryant. And we're seeing some steam to the under in this one right now. It's currently down to 144.5. And I was on a show last night talking about that game a little bit, talking about the under. So the steam just came in on the under in that one. All right. Santa Clara taking on Gonzaga. Look, Santa Clara 13-4 coming in. They're a 4-game winning streak. Gonzaga here, sure, it's all about the Zags. They're favored by 15.5 here. They're 10-7 against the spread right now, 7-3 against the spread at home. Santa Clara has covered their only 2 times as an underdog here so far. So could they do it against the Zags? That's what you have to try to decide here. In this one, the widely reported steam did come in on the under. Right now it is Gonzaga minus 15.5, and the total in this one is 166. Oh, wow, it's going up. It's going up. In fact, I'm seeing a 167 right now at a very popular offshore book for squares here in this one. Man, I'm going under here. Give me the under with Gonzaga and Santa Clara. Yeah, maybe I came on here thinking I was going to take a side, but give me the under in this one between the Zags and Santa Clara. Gonzaga is 4-6 to the under at home, 6-8 to the under overall. Santa Clara is 5-0 to the over on the road, but they are playing Gonzaga here. Sure, could be a shootout anytime you look with Gonzaga, but I'm going to try the under here in this one with Santa Clara and Gonzaga. And we've got Greg here. He likes it right on the number there pretty much. Robert liking to delay it with Gonzaga. And VAR likes Santa Clara to cover. All right. That's a look at college basketball today. We got a big hockey card, but hey, we can knock this out in a half an hour and have a little 2-hour show. How about it? Let's get moving here with our hockey card tonight. It is a 12-game card, so don't let me stop you. Get your pens, pencils, and rotation orders ready. And start it off here with the Sabres on the road, taking on the Rangers. Sabres road favorite in this one right now at $1.15, maybe even $1.20. This one continues to climb here a little bit with Buffalo on the road. Of course, we know Rangers are a popular team to fade at home. They're a home record here, just a home wrecker is what they are, 5-10 at home so far this season. Hey, nobody hotter than Buffalo, I don't think. Yeah, they did lose a game, but they bounced back with a win over Vancouver. So this streak has been it's still intact. Come on, just because they lost the one game to Columbus after they were all on the road for all those games. And we're playing out of their mind. You got to think that Buffalo is still hot, man. Come on. Rangers at home. All right, maybe I'll go to the total in this one. Let's see what you got between these two. You've got Buffalo here having won 11 of their last 12 overall, 7-1 straight up on the road. For the Rangers here, 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games. They have won 11 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams. Look at this. You got two teams that are dead solid unders, especially the Rangers at home, where they're 4-15 to the under this season, including 9 of their last 11 and 12 of their last 18 overall. Buffalo's gone under in 6 of their last 8 games. I got to go under with this one with the Rangers and Buffalo. It's probably 6 flat here. In fact, I'm showing Fat DraftKings 5.5 over 35. Give me the under in this one with Buffalo and the Rangers here tonight. Last meeting in earlier this season, 4-0. Rangers got the win. Let's go to the chat maybe here in this one, and we've got Rangers on the puck line here for Barr. He likes them to minus $2 there on the puck line or so. Greg says Buffalo 4-2, D money on Buffalo. Robert going to the Rangers here, and Greg says Rangers are better on the road. Take Buffalo. I think he's saying there Buffalo 4-9 legacy, and Greg's on Buffalo as well there. So I'm going to take the under with Buffalo and the Rangers. Vancouver Canucks on the road, taking on Detroit here. Detroit a favorite in this one, $1.50 now. It feels like, man, been a move here to the Canucks for sure. I'm saying it's $1.50 right now, and the total 6 over at minus 115 here in this matchup. Vancouver's lost 4 straight games right now. 2, Philadelphia, Seattle, Boston, and Buffalo. They're not playing very well at all, but yeah, they're taking the action here a little bit. They're still 12-9 on the road this year. So, yeah, they're a little bit profitable on the road. And, yeah, Detroit, look, they're 14-8 at home, but just 11-9 as a favorite. Right now, they are 25-15-4. Coming into this one. So Vancouver's got won just 2 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams, but Vancouver's won 5 of their last 7 on the road, just 1 in their last 6 overall. So they're a team, again, one of these teams losing at home, winning on the road. Detroit's won 11 of their last 16 overall. Detroit's also gone under in 6 of their last 7 at home. They're also 7-13 to the under as a favorite. Now, Vancouver's been pretty much an over this season. They're 18-13 to the over as an underdog, but man, Detroit, a serious under as a favorite. So let's hear from you in the chat if you want to comment on this one between the Canucks and the Red Wings tonight. It looks like Demko and Gibson here. Okay, 9 Legacy says. Oh no, I think Greg Gibson. Greg says I think that's 4-2 Detroit. Hey, I want to say hello to WeDo in the chat. Nice to see you, WeDo. Great to have you as always. Buffalo won't win today for sure, says Speaking by Faith. Think it's all over for Buffalo. Red Wings in regulation. Hi, Toucan there. And 9 Legacy likes the Canucks here on the money line in this one. Yeah, I think they have pretty good value here actually in this game. I know they've lost 4 in a row, but man, I at this price, look, the move is obviously on the Canucks here a little bit. So someone's putting some money on the Canucks and moving this line. It feels like a little bit here. All right. I'll make my call here. And I'm going to take them. I'm going to take Vancouver here in this one. Give me the Canucks. Look, as far as the total is concerned, I mean, I think if you look at these two teams overall, especially Vancouver, they tend to go over. But, man, these Detroit games at home continue to go under right now. So just give me Vancouver in this one. All right. And let's keep it moving here in the NHL with the Devils taking on the Penguins here. You got Allen going here in net for the Devils up here against Skinner of the Penguins, Detroit's 22-19-2 coming in. Pittsburgh 20-12-9. Pittsburgh's on a winning streak right now. They're back again. Penguins here with oh man, we got to go right now to breaking news. Let's get breaking news in here. All right, well, it's all over for my man in the coaching realm. You know, I stood behind Mike McDaniel, but that's it. He's been fired here as head coach. Somebody's going to want to pick this guy up as an offensive coordinator, that's for sure. But the Dolphins have fired Mike McDaniel. Didn't have the guts to do it in the middle of the regular season. I'm a McDaniel guy, and I'll still continue to be a McDaniel guy. I like this guy's character a little bit. I know everybody thinks he's a little bit flaky, but I've enjoyed listening to him in interviews. I think he's my type of guy. But so we'll see right now. You know, you could think of some places where he might fit in. Who is going to be the coach in Baltimore? Could he end up there with a guy like Lamar? If Lamar is still, probably in Baltimore, could be that the answer there for him. Look, this guy's got a brilliant football mind. There's no doubt about it. The schematics, if you put him in the right personnel, look at when he had some of those really quick guys there in Miami. So we'll see where he ends up. But, if Harbaugh ends up with the Giants, you could see McDaniel, I think, end up there. Like I said, a couple of places there. Man, I guess Atlanta is going to be looking for something to get done. He's going to have a job next year, just probably not as a head coach, as the Dolphins have fired Mike McDaniel here today. My guy, I like him, but he's fired. That's it. All right. Also, maybe Pittsburgh could be a solution there. Arthur Smith doesn't look that like a great guy in there. All right. See if there's any comments on that. And all right, here. Let's keep it moving here with our NHL card right now and see what we got. All right. Let's see here. Robert McCormick is on the Penguins here. And look, Greg says that he thinks that Harbaugh is ticketed for either the Raiders, the Giants, or Atlanta. I'm going to say the Giants should try to get it done there with him. But I say if Buffalo loses this game on the road, and remember, I mean, here we're talking about Buffalo, and there's some folks talking Buffalo a little bit, but you also have to think, could he end up there in possibly with in Buffalo? Could Harbaugh end up as the head coach of Buffalo should they lose that first game? So, okay, let me get back to the hockey here with New Jersey and Pittsburgh. All right, here we go. Pittsburgh on a roll here right now, no doubt about it. What a roll they're on with this winning streak here currently. Great job by Pittsburgh. They've won here 5 in a row right now, and New Jersey has won 10 of the last 13 against Pittsburgh overall. New Jersey comes in here 10-7 as an underdog. I mean, they're profitable for sure. Pittsburgh just 7-7 as a favorite. Pittsburgh is 12-7 to the over at home so far this season. Pittsburgh's gone over in 5 of their last 6 at home, also over in 5 of their last 7 games overall. New Jersey, though, has gone under in 5 of their last 6 on the road and 10 of their last 12 games overall coming into this one. So see what you got here with these two. I'm going to make my call, and I'm going over tonight with New Jersey and Pittsburgh. Sorry, guys, got some big time wind out here. Some tree branches, I think, smacking the wall behind me kind of caught my attention there. Give me the over in this one with New Jersey. Yeah, man, that is some wind going on here in Vegas right now. Okay, give me your comments here in the chat. Devils on the puck line here for VAR, over for our Tops. Thank you, Kripke. Appreciate it. No problem there. Okay, and Greg says he's only going to go to a good team. Yeah, you better believe it. Right? Well, that's what you want. I mean, a team that is ready to commit there a little bit. All right, Kripke on the Cavs here as well. All right. Thanks, you guys. We're on the hockey here, though. We're going to continue on here on our big card here with Toronto taking on Philadelphia here with Woll on the road. This is one of the biggest lopsided series in all of hockey right now between two teams in a head-to-head. Right now, Toronto has won 12 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams overall, but still going to be a tough one. Despite that, Philadelphia is obviously favored here after consecutive wins here over Edmonton and Anaheim. Back-to-back 5-2 victories for the Flyers. They're in a groove. They're 22-12-7. They're also 11-3 as a favorite. It's just that the Leafs have won 6 of the last 7 meetings here in Philadelphia. 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Toronto's 24-18 to the over. Philadelphia's 23-18 to the over. I will say that Toronto is 7-10 to the under as a dog, and Philadelphia is 6-8 to the under as a favorite. But I got to think this is going over with these two in this series and what we've seen. They met back in November. Toronto got a 5-2 win at Philly. I'm taking the over in this one with Toronto and Philadelphia here on Thursday. Islanders smack the Devils, says Greg. Speak it by faith, talking Cavs basketball in there. And Greg says, tough game, but he'll take 4-3 Flyers to kind of stop the dominance there of Toronto. 12-1 in their last 13 against the Philadelphia Flyers. Toronto hasn't been awful, that's for sure. I mean, they got a pretty strong record here this season, right? To 20-15-7, done a pretty good job, but can they do it this time? Next up, the Ducks are at the Hurricanes. Action here on Thursday night. Anaheim coming in here 21-19-3, but they're on a losing streak now, big time, giving away losses here. Carolina comes in on a 2-game winning streak right now with wins over New Jersey and Dallas here over the last couple of games. But for Anaheim, it's been a disaster right now with this long losing streak. In fact, Anaheim's lost 7 in a row right now, just 1-6 in their last 7 on the road. The Canes, meanwhile, have gone amazingly enough just 2-8 on the puck line against the Anaheim Ducks. I'm sorry, let me correct that. 2-8 straight up at home against the Ducks. The Ducks have come in here and beat Carolina 8 of the last 10 years, and not only that, Carolina has lost 13 of the last 20 overall to Anaheim over the last 10 years. So just Anaheim on a losing streak right now. They've gone over in 6 straight games. I mean, they're a hardcore over so far this season. More than 2/3 of their games have gone over. Carolina's 15-8 to the over at home. So for whatever reason, Carolina does have a little bit of a mental block with this team. It's just that Anaheim right now is in a funk again. And, how can you trust them here against a Carolina team that certainly is, playing better than they are at this point? It's just that Carolina here right now, not perfect over the last stretch here. Had losing streak before these last 2 wins. So let's go to you guys in the chat here in this one. See what you got here with the Ducks and the Canes. Look at this. Greg's on the Canes. Mr. Wesco's on the Canes. Art Thompson is on the Canes. VAR likes the under here. Over here, though, for Trevor. D Money's on the Canes. Wow, you guys are all over the Canes. I'm just going to pick the total, man. Why would I go? You know what? I'm on the Canes on the puck line. That's what I'm doing. My chat's not going to. Well, I know that you guys just like the Canes, but I'm going to take them on the puck line. My chat's not going to be wrong in this one. Come on. I'm going to take the Canes on the puck line here. And there's my guy Stokes. Does he? My guy Stokes. He makes it. His puts my guy, so I have to say my guy. I really don't even know Stokes that well. I'm really honored that he comes in here, but I guess he's my guy. Thank you, Stokes. He likes it 5-2 here. Been a great nice contributions when we see him. And Nine Legacy says had Dallas yesterday to break that streak. Should be noted there. And Greg says, every time I take the Canes, they're going to lose. All right, a little bit of college basketball steam here real quick. Delaware and Sam Houston. We already talked about Delaware, right? Today, taking that steam. And right now, the under taking some steam in that game between Delaware and Sam. It was 144. Man, it's windy back here, you guys. 144 in this one between Delaware and Sam Houston. And right now we're seeing that total here move to 142.5. Steam to the under there with Delaware and Sam Houston. All right. Man, we're knocking these hockey games out here. Let's go next up to Calgary taking on Boston here. Another unique situation, it feels like, with this matchup. Sure, you have a Boston team coming in here right now, 22-19-2. They are off of a loss last game. They dropped a 7-4 decision to Seattle. Calgary, meanwhile, has lost 3 straight to Nashville, Seattle, and Montreal. Calgary, one of the worst teams on the road for sure. Meanwhile, Boston, amazing to think that Boston has been quite underrated this season. If you look at strictly the units, which I like to do, they are up 5 units at home so far this season. That's amazing. They are in next to last place in the Atlantic Division, and yet the most profitable team in the Atlantic Division at $1 at 6.5 units so far. So, man, all their prices technically would be kind of value prices here. Now, look, I have $1.50 on screen. They're probably down to $1.40 here right now. Now, Calgary's actually had some big time success. Not big, modest success for sure against this team, which is kind of peculiar, right? But Boston here, I don't know if I want to consider this value or not, but Calgary's lost 5 of their last 6 on the road. Boston's dropped 7 of their last 9, including 4 of their last 5 at home. So Calgary, though, very dismal on the road. I'm going to take Boston here. I think this one's pretty strong, actually, in this one, especially if it is $1.40 here, like we're starting to see at some books. I'm going to have to take Boston here. Not only is Boston one of the more profitable teams at home, up 5 units, but Calgary's, we know how bad they've been on the road, and they're actually down 7 2/3 units on the road here this season. One of the worst marks in the league, one of the 3 or 4 worst marks for road teams on the league, dropping units. So give me Boston here in this one. That should be a little bit of value despite being $1.40 or so. NYC Bar is on the Bruins. Greg says he got a feeling about these Flames tonight. Art Thompson is on the under here. I didn't talk about the total, but I will say Calgary is 26-17 to the over. Boston's 24-19 to the over. So these two teams do go over for sure of late. And however, Boston here just did go under in 3 of their last 5. Calgary's gone over in 3 of their last 4. All right, maybe the Flames will bounce back, says Greg. I'll take Boston. Let's go next up to a hot matchup here between the Panthers and the Canadians here right now. Panthers on the road. They're going to be a road favorite at Montreal here at $1.25 or so. In fact, right now I'm showing Florida here down to $1.20. This total could be inching towards 6.5. Montreal, all of a sudden, they've won 2 in a row here. They're 24, 13, and 6, continuing to look good. Now, Montembeault in there in goal. I think the Canadians kind of juggling their goaltending here a little bit with their hot young goaltender. You got Dobish, you got Montembeault, so we'll see how that shakes out here. Montreal's 26-17 to the over, including 17-7 to the over as a dog. Meanwhile, Florida, somewhat of a consistent over this season. They're 18-4 to the over as a favorite here. Florida's lost 6 straight meetings to Montreal, but man, I gotta think I like Florida in this matchup. Let's see how you have it. 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone under. Montreal's gone under in 5 straight games at home, but let's see how you have it here. I mean, I characterize these, as over teams, but Montreal getting some good play on the under. I don't know if I can do it, though. I think I still got to go over in this one. The first meeting did go under 3-2. Montreal did win in Florida. Let's go to the chat, see what you have here in this one. It's going to be Panthers on the puck line here for VAR. Habs for 9 Legacy. Wow, what's going on here with some steam, huh? And Montreal does own the Panthers. No doubt about it. They've been doing pretty well against them here with that winning streak over them. Panthers haven't beaten them here in over a year. And Trevor says Panthers games 10. You're right, Trevor. I'm going to go with Trevor here. I agree, Trevor. Give me the over in this one between Florida and Montreal. And, you can grade me. I think we're seeing some 6.5s out there right now. 6.5 under. 6 over 25 at some spots here. So I think we're okay. I'll take the over here in this one with Florida and Montreal. All right. Hey, just some late news here just came in right now. Philadelphia with a couple of injury notes. Bobby Brink, he is out tonight for the Flyers, and Jamie Drysdale is doubtful. Here a couple injury update on the ice tonight. All right, we're knocking it out here. Just 5 more to go. Let's take a look at this one between. Let me get a few more plays in here with Greg said 4-2 Panthers. My guy Stokes says you got the Panthers going to end that losing streak. Yeah, I probably agree with that. And I'm a Montreal fan, don't forget. Here we go. Edmonton on the road taking on the sorry Jets. Oh, man. Here, can the Jets do it? Can the Jets win one? Is this the right matchup, at least for the Jets here? Jets have lost 10 in a row right now. They've lost 6 of their last 7 at home. Look at the line, right? I don't know. Edmonton's won 5 of the last 7 meetings against them. They've won 5 of the last 6 overall here in Winnipeg, and here we are still with Edmonton just a slight favorite over the Jets. Here, maybe there is value on Edmonton right now. It's sure Edmonton's lost 2 of their last 3 losses to Boston and Philly. Nothing wrong with that. They beat Nashville. Winnipeg here, meanwhile, really isn't coming close in any of these games. Also, the Jets are 1-14 as an underdog so far this season too, and they're a dog here. Even if they're just a slight dog, they are a dog tonight. But I don't know. Feels like this is a game that they could compete in. I mean, why else would it be only $1.15? You'd think that the Oilers here would be a bigger favorite. Edmonton's gone under in 4 of their last 6 on the road. Winnipeg's gone over in 5 of their last 7. These 2 teams have combined 48 and 36 to the over here this season. I'd say they're over teams. Winnipeg is 10-5 to the over as an underdog. You talk about those, those games they lose as a dog. They usually, give up some goals, thinking it's going to be Picard and Hellebuck in here right now. I'm going to take the over in this one between Edmonton and Winnipeg. It does say 6.5, under 20 there on the screen, but there are plenty of 6 overs out there right now as well. I'll go over with Edmonton and Winnipeg. And we had some winners last night here on the morning steam in the hockey. We did have St. Louis and Chicago game to go over. And, hey, we did have the over in the Kings game with the Sharks last night. All right, some comments from you guys on this one. It's going to be Greg here likes the Oilers NYC bar, liking the over as well. Andrew says it looks a little funny, right, when you talk about 10-game losing streak here for Winnipeg right now. And my guy Stokes says this thing's moved to a pick'em. And so does Andrew G. Look, Jets lost 10 straight, only a pick'em. And all right, I'm going to take the over in this one. Watch out, though. This might be the one for the Jets. Okay, Islanders and Predators here in this one. Islanders 24-15-4. They won 2 straight here. Man, the Islanders doing a nice job. Wins over Toronto and New Jersey over the last couple of games. The Islanders are 18-11 as an underdog this season, one of the best marks in the league. Nashville, meanwhile, 7-4 as a favorite. And for Nashville here, they're coming in off of a loss 6-2 to Edmonton, but they've been okay here of late. They've won 3 of their last 5 overall right now. And not only that, Nashville 5-1 on straight up in their last 6 games at home. Islanders have lost 11 of the last 13 meetings to the Nashville Predators, including 6 straight here in Nashville. Islanders have gone under in 9 of their last 10 on the road. 13 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams, however, have gone over. So you got some contrasts here. You got Sorokin, who's returned to the lineup here, obviously, and doing a pretty okay job. Let's see what you have in this one with the Islanders and the Predators. I can't stop betting on the Nashville Predators, so why wouldn't I do it again? Give me Nashville tonight. I got to keep taking them until further notice here, even if they didn't come through last time against Edmonton. If you look at the Islanders, they're definitely a nice road team here with that 10-7 road record. That's going to get it done every time. So go ahead and give me the Predators, though, here. For whatever reason, the Islanders are not very good here in Nashville. 2-11? Is that what we said? 2-11 last 13? I'll take Nashville. All right. Look, 9 Legacy took the Jets. And Greg says, yeah, we got to do a little bit better on the hockey there. VAR on the Islanders on the puck line. We were hot there for a while, but we're giving a little bit back here the last couple of days. Greg on the Predators there. And again, this would be, I know he says Predators, but, if we started a team from the Sports Money Network, we'd call it the Predictors. Okay, the Predictors. Go Predictors. That'd be our team name. Be a terrible team name, but it'd be accurate. A big challenge for the Islanders there. 4-3, says Greg. And 9 Legacy says Islanders continue. I think that means Islanders. My guy Stokes on the over here in this one. Yeah, Islanders, they're just 7-12 to the under on the road and 12-17 to the under as an underdog. But Nashville is 7-4 to the over as a favorite and 12-9 to the over at home. So, all right. All right, just a couple of more. And, hey, we're going to have a EuroLeague play today on winnable.com. So make sure you're joining me here. I might send it out as a free play, but I think I got one play in EuroLeague baskets today. How about that crazy game the other day? Did I mention it on this show when the team from Italy was playing the team from Israel, and the team from Italy only had 5 players to start the game? This is a Champions League game the other day, right? It's supposed to be a pretty good league, right? Winners of their individual leagues, and this was a team from the A League of Italy. They brought 5 guys to play the team from Israel, and 2 of them were first-time pros. They were 18-year-olds playing their first ever game. By the time they were halfway through the first period, 4 players had fouled out, and it was 5-on-1. You can't play with one. You can play with 2 players, but you can't play with one player, and they had to forfeit the game. It was like 38-7 at the time. How did the team score 7? And they ended up game forfeit win, right? I mean, and that look. I mean, I'm gonna pick a few games, but I had some a little bit of a suspect there with that. All right, speaking by faith on the Islanders there. All right, and speaking by faith, and we're gonna have a 10-teamer together. Also here, everybody's been talking about that buzzer beater. And Noli's here with a play, so let's give it some time. Wow, look at Noli. Just talked about this game, Noli, just moments ago with Sam and Delaware. It's probably Noli that hit that game, by the way. The steam came in on that one with Sam and Delaware just moments ago, and Noli's on it. It was 144, and then Noli put a big bet in, drove it down to 142.5, didn't you, Noli? But steam came in, and now we know why. And there it is. Noli knows with the play. Thank you, Noli. Great to see you. And all right. Let me see here. So we made our play on Nashville here. We're wrapping it up here right now. I'm gonna have a great sports betting day. Senators taking on the Avalanche here. Colorado minus 270 total, 6.5 under 20. Ottawa comes in 20, 17, and 5. They look doing a nice job here. Markets rallied a little bit as well. Now we're up 0.15. Both teams have lost 2 in a row. What? Colorado's lost 2 in a row to Florida and Tampa Bay. You're funny, hey, we were kind of had it right there this going against Colorado in those 2 games. How about that? Ottawa here, meanwhile, with losses to Detroit and Utah. Look, I could tell you all day about the Avalanche and their successes. Like I said, they've lost 2 in a row. They've lost 2 in a row. They have won 10 in a row at home right now. They've also gone over in 7 of their last 8 against Ottawa. Ottawa's gone over in 7 of their last 10 games coming in, and 6 of their last 9 on the road. 7 of their last 10 on the road, 6 of their last 9 overall. So Ottawa's been going over here a little bit. Colorado's definitely an under, but this series is an over here right now. And, the Avalanche are doing a great job. There's no doubt about it. They're awesome, but and covering puck lines too. But Ottawa is 8-3 as a puck line dog. They're obviously playing pretty well this year. And, the Avalanche, well, what can you say? They are great. I'm going to take Ottawa here to hang in there at plus 1.5, minus $1.20 in this one. I mean, look, 8-3 puck line dog. That seems pretty good. Here, Ottawa has lost 6 straight meetings to Colorado here right now, and still, I mean, Colorado. What can you say about this team? But this crazy situation in Minneapolis. I feel terrible about how it went down yesterday. It does seem like you got a lot of guys. That isn't I know these guys are federal agents, but I mean, I could, I don't know you guys. I mean, I saw the ad on TV. I could just go down there and apply, right? And I could go to the, it feels like untrained. Actually, they were like all proud of this has happened to this guy before. This shooter, he was involved in an incident where he got dragged by. No doubt. I mean, I'm sure he'll be involved in an incident again unless he gets charged with a murder. All right, let's continue on here right now, and let's see who else had some comments here on this game. Abs in 60 for my guy Stokes, and maybe Sogard pulls off a win against Wedgwood. Maybe so. Look, Colorado obviously having a little bit of a moment here. They weren't going to win them all. They're back home right now, but Ottawa's done such a nice job this season, doing a pretty good job here, even though they've lost a couple in a row. Let's continue on and go to the Wild, taking on the Kraken here. Wild, $1.55. in this one on the road. But man, the Kraken are hot. Come on, the Kraken are won 4 in a row. Right now, Minnesota's been great as well, but they've lost 2 straight to the Kings and to the Kings. Kings found somebody they could beat. For Seattle here, consecutive wins over Nashville, Vancouver, Calgary, and Boston, and they are in a good group here for sure right now, are the Seattle Kraken back to where they need to be. But Minnesota and the Wall of St. Paul, Wild have defeated the Kraken in 6 straight games here in Seattle. So Minnesota's also won 7 of their last 9. They've won 10 of their last 15 overall. Minnesota's gone over in 6 straight games right now, including 5 straight on the road. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Seattle has gone under in 9 of their last 12 at home. Let's see what you have here in this one with the Wild and the Kraken. I think this is a good winning streak. I think I want to take the Kraken here. Let's see what you guys got. Colorado 4, Speak It by Faith back in that other game. And here's Kane says always the Kraken at home plus a goal and a half. It's not a bad price here. I mean, you wouldn't recommend it here on a show, but minus $1.90, but it is under $2, so I don't mind that. And 3-2 Wild out. Sorry, Kraken. I think that means the Wild there for Greg. But, the Kraken are 26-10 as a puck line underdog. Minnesota 9-15 as a puck line favorite here. So for me, I'm going to take the Kraken on the money line here tonight. Give me Seattle at home as a dog over the Wild. Teams have met already this season, and Minnesota won it 4-1 here earlier in December in the first meeting. Thank you, Speak It by Faith, to give me your play there on the football game. And Greg says the puck line with the Kraken is great. Okay, let's go to another last game here. Blue Jackets and Golden Knights here with Connor Hart. I mean, look, he's definitely in there here. Well, let me see here. Actually, I don't know if he's definitely in there, but I'm just saying he's part of this goalie rotation. Let me see if I can't fire this up and see any of the confirmed goalies here as we wrap up the show. And you guys have a great day. Vladar is likely here for Philadelphia. I think that's all we've seen here so far as the confirmations are concerned tonight. So we'll get those, but got the Blue Jackets on the road here. Jet Greaves here and Hart. The Golden Knights are down to about $1.60 here at a few spots here right now. And the good thing this show is over because I can't even talk anymore. Golden Knights did finally break their losing streak last time out, beating Winnipeg 4-3. They were in a slump for sure. Columbus has lost 2 in a row. Columbus just 8-19 as an underdog this season, although they are a little bit profitable on the road with a 9-10 record. In Vegas, they've been such a heavy favorite. They're actually a losing proposition, I believe. At home, they are down 3 2/3 units so far this season. Meanwhile, Columbus on the road, they're still, they're in last place. So not going to hit it there too hard with this team right now. Look, this Metro division has done pretty well, but Columbus is starting to fall away here a little bit. They are 9-10-3 on the road. Vegas at home, though, just 8-6-6. But let's see what you have here in this one. I might have to just take the Knights here on the puck line. Let's see what you got. Golden Knights money line here for NYC Bar. Speak It by Faith is on the Wild back in that other one there. All right. And let's see here. Okay, Greg's on. Oh, I'm gonna take the Blue Jackets. Greg's got the Blue Jacket. I'm gonna take him on the puck line though. What is the puck line? It's over $1.75. It is $1.75. Then give me the Columbus Blue Jackets on the money line. I'm going to take them here. Give me the Blue Jackets in an upset tonight over the Golden Knights. I'll take them. Okay. That's going to do it for the Morning Steam Show. Thank you, everybody. It's going to be a great game tonight. Make sure you're joining us here on the network at I believe probably 7:45 Eastern. Is that going to probably be the time here? Oh no, the game is at 7:30. So figure we'll probably be in at 7 p.m. probably right after pre-gaming. Give Mikey a few minutes to gather his thoughts, and then we'll be on the air for the show tonight. And the game starts at 7:30. So a nice early start here, East Coast friends, for that big game tonight. Man, it's going to be awesome. All right, that's going to do it for the show. We get the drawing. Yeah, we got the drawing here ready to roll. Let's run the commercial from Mikey. Make sure you get more plays from me right now over at winnable.com. I'll put another day, I'll put another day on everybody's subscription for yesterday. No excuses. That was a losing day, so everyone gets an extra day somewhere in there. I would give everybody extra days all over the place, but I'll just go through all the good subscribers and put an extra day on there for yesterday. Maybe they're saying take a day off. Don't put a day. But really appreciate all your support as well. Even if we had some L's there for sure. Go over to winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code STEAM. Mikey's going to tell you all about how it works on Winnable.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, let's go to the drawing here right now and pick a winner. Pick a winner to get these picks. They better be better today. Nuke, Stokes, AOD, Nolly, Dougie, Robert, everybody in there. The winner is Weedoo. Oh, I see. You know what? I've never even seen Weedoo's picture there. I'm looking at it very closely. Hi, Weedoo. Got a bandana on or something there. I never noticed the picture, actually. Hi, we do. And we do use the promo code WINNER if you'd like a free subscription to my picks. If not, I could give it to somebody else, but if you want it, go over to winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code WINNER. It's always nice to have we do visit us here on the show. That's going to do it for the morning's team. Can't wait for tonight and that great game tonight. Going to see my guy, Keontae, playing in that game. And, man, I really should send him a message. Maybe I could get him to do an interview with me, for old time's sake. I mean, I've done enough interviews with him. I think he knows who I am. We follow each other on social media, so maybe we could talk to him sometime again before he hits the big time. He's already hit the big time there. So, all right, that's going to do it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here on the show. Don't forget to join Mikey Money on pre-gaming, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Get you ready for the primetime action. Then we're going to lead right into the game tonight and have a great show tonight with a great game, 2 great games over the next couple of nights. And tomorrow's game is going to probably be even better. So make sure you join us tonight, and we'll see you then. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long!
That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.